It's the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160. Our conversation with Austin Rogers is brought to you by Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. And yes, you know that name. He's Austin Rogers, 12-time Jeopardy winner, and now the author of the ultimate book of pub trivia by the smartest guy in the bar. Austin, if any of the Jeopardy champions that we have watched over the years is going to come up with a title like that, it's going to be you. Good morning.
Thank you very much, Todd, but unfortunately, I only come up with what's on the inside of the book. The publisher comes up with what's on the outside.
Well, see, that speaks even better for you because he took a look at you and said, yeah, that one actually fits. So, Austin, I'm just imagining the Jeopardy lounge and all of you former champions sitting around in your robes, sort of like that SNL 5-time appearances guys.
Yes.
Is it anything like that at all?
You know, it was this thing that it was when you're entered into that club, it's not a club that, one, you never even knew existed, and two, that you ever thought you'd be a member of. And I still get a semi-imposter syndrome when, you know, I'll text Ken Jennings and he'll be like, "What's up, buddy?" And I'm like, "Okay, weird. This is really strange." But yeah, but then it's just like any other little club where you're like, oh, well, you find your commonality and you find your friends and whatnot, and then it becomes a great time. But still, I still get some imposter syndrome. I'm like, you guys are all way better than me. And then I'll look at my stats and I'll be like, actually, I'm better than you. Wait, why? No, you look up to me. God damn it.
Well, I could just see you looking at Holtzauer and saying, you're not going to intimidate me.
Actually, that's false. He would, and I hope I never have to play him.
those tournaments of champions must be incredible. The atmosphere there. So you come up with this book, and this doesn't come lightly. I mean, this is something that if anybody's going to write a book like this, again, it's going to be you, because it truly is. The smartest guy in the bar. You are a New York City bartender by trade, and you are practically the inventor of bar trivia, or at least that's the way we should look at you. And I know you don't want to say that about yourself, but let me, okay?
Well, no, that is patently false. Pub trivia has been around since the 1970s, and I actually just, to be honest, I'm not an inventor of pub trivia by any shape or the form. What I did when I started hosting pub trivia was I went around. Now, mind you, pub trivia was not as big as it was now, but I went around to the 5-10 bars that at that point in time had bar trivia, and I gleaned the best factors of each one that I enjoyed, and I sort of cobbled it together into like a Frankenstein monster, but this time it actually worked and didn't murder a child. But so I am a synthesizer. As Picasso said, great artists create, the greatest artists steal, or something like that. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to put myself in the definitely stealing category.
Well, one of the great things is because you went to all of that trouble, you've sort of come up with the formula by which others can do this, can do bar trivia or pub trivia or however you want to term it. And in fact, you actually invite people, get this book, see how it's done, and go ahead, blatantly steal from me. That's nice of you.
100%. The back end of the book is all a how-to, because we got to remember, pub trivia is all well and good and fun. And by the way, if you take this book and enjoy it at home with your friends and loved ones, or enjoy it while you're in a long car ride, absolutely, or even enjoy it alone, quizzing yourself for fun. Pub quiz itself it's a business. It's a revenue generator for a small business. Your mom and pop privately owned bar down the road might have some bad nights of the week. So you take this book, you go knock on the door and you say, hey, I think I can do this, and I think I could help turn that weak Tuesday into a better day and generate some revenue for a small business and keep money in our communities.
Yeah, and that's absolutely right. And then the way that you format basically the meat of the book is you actually put together some great quizzes for us. You do it by degree of difficulty and just wonderful categorization, and you show us how it's done. I'm sure, Austin, that over the years, people have said, Austin, you got to write this book. Austin, you have to find a way that you can get this information out to so many people so that they can do what you do.
No, Todd, no one really said that until I went on Jeopardy, and then everyone was knocking on the door, and then we figured out the best meat for it. And but the big thing that I enjoy is not the writing the book, but still getting out there and hosting trivia, because that's where you can see what really works and really what doesn't work, and watch the crowd turn against you. And then also the crowd turning against you is great, because then you become their shared enemy and you turn heel like a wrestler. And now you've got some commonality, and that's a team-building exercise on its own. I'm gladly going to be your enemy and ask you tough questions and have you be a little bit angry. But then I'm going to give you something that is more your liking, and then we're going to kick off some endorphins because you start getting that right.
Yeah, and one of the great things about having watched you for all that time on Jeopardy is that it's kind of hard to think of you in any terms, but as that great big puppy dog guy that knows so much. It's been such a fun thing to watch you bring your personality into the Jeopardy room, and I'm sure, as Alex Trebek himself said, this is a different guy. He's outside the box. I like the way Alex did that. And when you got there and you first met Alex Trebek, I talked before about intimidation from past champions. What was it like for you the first time you shook Alex's hand?
Well, here's the thing. They sort of keep Alex under wraps. So the first time that you ever see Alex is the first time he comes out on stage to start the game that day. So while you're in the backstage and everyone's talking amongst themselves and all the contestants are getting ready and getting their makeup, and then even while you're doing your rehearsals before the game actually starts, you're doing it with, Jimmy from the Clue Crew, or one of the executive producers or directors is guiding you through the show, yada, yada, yada. So you're like, all right, hey, this is fun. This is convivial. We're meeting new friends and we're getting to know each other and we're relaxing. And then Johnny Gilbert, then here's the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek, and he walks on stage, and that's the first time you ever see him. And you go, oh, no, stuff just got real. So,
scary.
If you lost that one game, you never got to meet Alex other than take your quick photo with him and have your quick chit-chat on stage. But that's amazing in of itself. It's nothing to shy upon to say, like, it's just an honor to be nominated. It is just an accomplishment to show up on the Jeopardy stage in the first place. When you start winning, then you get to know Alex.
There you were in the arena. And for 12 game-winning times as well. Austin Rogers, we only have a second or so left. Tell people how they can get the book, how they can hook up with you socially, because you've got some great online stuff too.
Sure. You could go to AustinRogersTrivia.com to figure out about my online hybrid trivia and to buy the book, The Ultimate Book of Pub Trivia by the Smartest Guy in the Bar. Buy local. Go to indiebound.org and you'll find one of your local bookshops to help you out and get it to you rather than buying from one of the big boxes. Let's keep our money at home.
Attaboy. Austin, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for being with us today.
Thanks, Todd.
Have a great one.